Thanks for tapping in the New Era News. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and smash the like button. It helps the channel in many ways. Before you tap out, share the video. What's poppin', people? Y'all already know the vibes. It's New Era News, where we break it all the way down. Now let's get into this. Yo, things just got real wild in this whole Diddy saga, and now Terrence Howard just dropped a bombshell on the PBD podcast that got everybody talking. According to Terrence, you know the OG from Hustle and Flow and Empire, he claimed Sean Diddy Combs wasn't just trying to learn acting. Nah, he says Diddy has some other motives behind them invite-only link-ups. Terrence said Diddy had been hitting him up for weeks, saying he wanted some help with acting, like wanted him to be his personal acting coach and all that. So Howard finally pulls up a few times, but instead of getting into scripts or scenes, Diddy was just sitting, looking, not saying much, just vibing, but not in a normal way. Howard said it got real awkward, especially when Diddy asked to hear some of his music. But again, no feedback, just that same weird stare. So Terrence hit up his assistant like, yo, what's really going on here? And the assistant allegedly told him straight up, I think he's trying to fizz-up you. After that, Howard said he cut all ties. No calls, no visits, none of that.
There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. But when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things. When you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, You know, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman. You know, when you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're gonna get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing. And I've lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
Facts. Y'all heard him, right? Terrence said he had other shady experiences in the industry with producers who crossed the line, and he had to check them hard. When you challenge a real man's masculinity, you gotta get a real man's reaction, he said. He made it clear he ain't about that life. Said he lost a lot of deals because he refuses to bend, won't play gay roles, won't kiss no man on screen, none of that. The man card means everything. Y'all heard? The man card means everything, he said. Real talk. Now here where it gets even more layered. This ain't the first time these two had tension. Back in the day, Diddy banned his sons from being on Empire, even though his stepson Quincy was promised the role. Why? Because the studio wanted to cut off the music rights, and Diddy wasn't having it. Word is, he tried pressing the big dogs at the 20th Century Fox to change the rules, but when that didn't work, he pulled Quincy out the show completely. Fast forward to now, with all the lawsuits and serious allegations stacking up against Diddy, from trafficking to claims of those wild freak-off parties, Terrence Howard just became the first high-profile celeb to say Diddy came at him. Others like Nick Cannon have denied being part of Diddy's alleged underground lifestyle, and even Justin Bieber up from the rumors. But behind the scenes, a whole lot of regular folks, both men and women, are coming forward saying they went through some real dark experiences tied to Diddy. And just recently, another man, Joseph Manzaro, filed a lawsuit claiming Diddy not only trafficked him, but took part directly in the abuse. This story keeps unfolding, and every day a new name or detail comes to light. One thing's for sure, the industry's under a major spotlight right now, and more folks are speaking out. Stay locked in. We'll keep bringing you the real as it unfolds. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What y'all feel about Terrence Howard being the first major celebrity speaking out on Diddy? And yo, if you rocking with the content, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications so you stay in tune with new ever news. I'm out. Catch y'all on the next one.